Well, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where in the world you're sitting. Maybe even good evening. I don't know if someone's watching from Australia. Welcome to this webinar. I'm here with Stefan. Stefan, bonjour. How are you?
Merci, Andres. I'm fine. Thank you. Very nice to be online talking about NewHub and all the
Yeah,
stuff we've done together. Yeah.
thank you for the time and being us here today with us. We're going to talk. So welcome to everyone. We're going to talk about embedded analytics for Qlik OEM clients or partners. As a brief introduction, Stefan is the founder and principal CEO, or of Mersy, which is a company in France that uses Qlik Sense to provide data over to his own clients, right? So I'll ask you a little bit about that, Stefan, and your business model, how you work with Qlik, and how Qlik is helping you with the data analytics part of your business, and then we'll also dive into how we at Cluster, we're a company in Brazil that specializes in UX and UX for analytics, basically. We've a Qlik technology partner, and we have done this for 9 years. And the interesting case here is to understand how Mersy has been successful with this approach, right? So, Stefan, let's start by like very informally and on a different tone than the usual webinars. Let's talk about how we met, how you found us, and how we've been working together over the past. I think it's been 3 years now. I can't remember anymore.
We're almost at 3 years now. Yeah, so great.
Yeah.
Well, just to explain the beginning of the relation, in my area, I'm working on focusing on IT contracts and trying to optimize the cost for very large companies. And regarding those IT contracts, I'm focusing on software contracts. And to help the customers, it is necessary in general to collect large amounts of data in order to understand their usage. And also, we have to manipulate this large volume of data to provide some behaviors and help them to get better expressions of their business needs.
Mm-hmm.
And to manage these technical data and transform this to something kind of knowledgeable and understandable by everybody, I had to go with some BI tools. And Qlik has been an option we've taken to do this business. But there was an issue because regarding all those dashboards we came out with, it was necessary to share that with some advised contacts within the customers. But they also had on their side the necessity to communicate this information to the rest of their teams. And here we come to difficulty, which is about the user experience, making things complex quite understandable. And here I had an issue because it was not possible for me to train people about how to use such tool, which is Qlik, which is quite powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have time for that. So I had to focus on user experience, and I considered it was necessary to revamp the interface to make it like to make it sounds like a regular website.
Okay.
And here, here comes the beginning of the story. I scratched my head and I wondered who could revamp that in an easy way. And surprisingly, I've done a lots of research, and I found your solution located in South America, in Brazil.
Yes, I
And
remember.
here,
Yeah,
I was in a difficult position because I'm a small company and starting to make a relation with someone in Brazil sounds quite nice, fun, attractive. But on a business side, I was really wondering about the risk I could take.
absolutely. Yeah,
And to be honest, okay, I took the decision to go on. We had lots of discussion about this type of risk and how to manage that. And well, everything is always about relation, about people. And Andres, I'm not going to give you compliments or online here, but we have a very good relation. I mean, uh, I've always
I
had
know.
good service from you guys, and everything has been fair in terms of relations we have. So I didn't found other suppliers who could provide me the same technical product
Same
and
expertise
the same level of service. Right.
and the same, right, exactly. I think, yeah, you, thank you, Stefan. I
Yeah,
wasn't
okay, I
expecting
make it
this on
short.
a on a live webinar, but yeah, but the thing is, for me, it's been fruitful because I think you nailed the point there, and it's about human relations, right? We can have the best technical team, or the best technical solution, but at the end of the day, if we are not communicating well with our clients and listening to what they are telling us that they need, then it will eventually fall apart. But this is not the case. This is, I think we've built a robust a solution that gives you the ability to grow your own business and focus on your contract managing platform, and then we, as your partners, we take care of that UX aspect that you need for your end clients, right? At the
And
end of the
also,
day, that's what counts, right?
well, yeah, but also you have a
Yeah,
presence in Europe. I mean, we've been able to make some administrative stuff located in Europe, which is good also. I mean, and also the second layer is
correct.
that you're kind of an entrepreneur, as I am. So we are the same level of maturity.
Yes,
The relation makes sense.
yes,
It makes sense. But voila, this is
that's
the top,
correct. So
and we
I'm
have
really
good.
happy. That's right.
Well,
Perfect. So let's go. I think people are eager to see what we've built, and what that's the value that's bringing to your company, right? So I'm gonna hand over the floor, the presentation floor, to you, and let's go over the process. I want to ask you about the end client, how they access ClickSense data through this embedded analytics solution. All
yeah.
right. I'll stop sharing here and let's go over to you.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Up, coming on.
Okay.
Well, basically, what's happening? We have two type of user experience. There's one user experience for users that are distant customers, and we have some users that are some connections that are going through close customers. So we have some SSO connections to the application, and so we have also some external connections. And I'm showing this one. They're coming through from our website, and where's my mouse? Yes. So we have
So
a
this
client.
is this is a public website,
Oh,
right? So
this is a
anyone
company
that
website.
comes in here, a company website, can access here, and you'll have a customer space, right?
Voila, exactly.
Okay.
So we have this specific page, and here we have a common access. So we have a button for the connection, and here, oh, I'm already connected, but we have a user and password. Okay, so it is in memory, and then we go straight into the application. I'm not going to show the data, so this layer, it's
Yep.
okay. But
Yep.
well, you just have an idea. But we have some large customers, uh, 10,000 of users. This is just one company. And then I'm not going to show the contract details and data we manipulate. But depending on the rights you have, then you will see your dedicated area of information. And so we have some on this website. So what I can say is that for some users, they will dig into their application by clicking on the button here, and we can provide different type of applications. Some very standard application with only action plans, for example, about how they could optimize and implement action plans to optimize those contracts. And we have some other applications that are very rich and detailed information. So depending on the type of users, they will switch from one or the other. So they just have to click on buttons. And as you know, people, when they're on internet, they don't read. So
Yes.
you
Correct.
have to go, you also have to propose button and very simple keywords. And of course, if they want more details, due to NewHub, we have this type of interface. We have the ability to provide some menus on the left, and that's a different way to dig and go straight into the application at a specific level. It's two different ways of navigating. So,
Correct.
okay, I give you the hand to go forward.
Right. So yeah, because I know that the data that you have there on the we're actually in the live environment that you have. I don't want to show sensitive data over on the internet. But what we did or what we can do, we can have this same process shown into a demo version that we have here, and that's what we're gonna do now, right? So we have this is this if I understood correctly, then Stefan, this would be a way for your end clients to access data in a fast, reliable, and user-friendly way, right? Um, I think also one of the key drivers for you was that you needed, as a small company and then as a startup, you needed to build your own brand, and you needed that brand to be visible, right, on the data visualization side, right? So I think that's what we're providing here for you, in that the whole experience, or what the end user is going to see here, is going to be branded as Mersy, but is going to be reading Qlik Sense data in the background, and using the Qlik Sense engine as the main driving factor, right? Would you say this is this was a game changer for you in terms of allowing you to focus your resources where it mattered the most?
Alors, uh, to understand the philosophy, because we are a service company, it was
Mhm.
necessary for us to have a tool that will show up the information to our end customers. Before that, we were delivering the information, and I was going to to see my clients, and I was delivering the information. And sometimes, because it is sensitive, they were not happy with the information, and they were shooting at me. So I thought
Right.
that it was much more comfortable to have a tool available online via SaaS that will show up the same information, and at the same time you have all the IT power. And so that's why we came up with this BI tool, the dashboards. We
Mhm.
then focus on having a nice user experience. That way people can play with the data. And also, because it sounds like a website, we are connecting this application within an architecture of other applications. We have some CRM and ticketing that is available, and maybe you will show that on the bottom left. You have some useful links we can add
Yep.
to this interface, which is really useful for us to provide navigation for our customers. They are not locked within a BI tool. they are now within a contract management platform.
Right.
So for
So,
me, this interface was a game changer in terms of user experience, and it is also responding to my need about having a full architecture of
mhm.
services and applications.
Would you say that you could also leverage content that is outside of Qlik, or training for your end customers that could be interested in learning other things about data or the contracting side of things on your end with NewHub? I'm thinking about the useful links and the ability that we have here also to embed other content outside of Qlik as well, right? All
Yes,
within.
so we have embedded some videos
Hmm.
in order to provide some user guides that are just with some tutorials. We try to develop that. Anyway, we have so many things to develop.
Of
So,
course, but that okay. It's always a an evolving platform, right? And
well,
it's funny because we talk regularly, and you're always sending me emails or messages, calling like, hey, can we add this, can we add that? So that means that the platform is being used, and we're getting real feedback from your clients, then funnel through you to make this piece of software quite reliable, and something that is giving value to the end client, right?
we absolutely. No, no, but again, the key point here is that the key point of this webinar, in fact, is just to outline that even if you have good services, uh, if you want to get value out of it, you must have a good user experience.
Hmm.
And basically, uh, you have this way of revamping Qlik and making connection with other applications within our IT system. It's a key element because it works. It's quite straightforward, quite agile. So why not?
Yeah, yeah,
It's perfect need
good
for my business needs.
for
Voilà.
your business.
Nice words for you. No, but it's true. That is true.
Yeah, great. Well, I'm really happy to have you as a client. You were one of the first ones that actually jumped into the embedded analytics bandwagon. Since then, we've grown the platform, and we've grown the user base. Like upwards of 20 companies use NewHub today. When we started with you, Stefan, it was, I think you were the second or third client that actually made a bet with this tool. Now it's been proven for 3 years with you. You've grown your business. I think the key point for you, in my view, is that we've enabled you as an entrepreneur to focus on what matters most to you as a small company that's growing, and that is focusing on what you need to do, which is your own core business, without having to have like minimizing the noise of like, oh, how do I do a UX, how do I do this, like, it's okay, I have your back, Stefan, and we got it here covered for you with NewHub. I think that's the key point to take home today. So those of you who are listening and watching, this is something that we can help with if you are planning on making data available outside of your organization, be it monetized or not monetized. If it's something that you see as a strategic value in your own core business, the come talk to us, because we can help you with that, right? um, I don't know if from the audience, if there's questions, we can have a brief Q&A about it. NewHub is both available for on-prem and SaaS versions, right? Stefan, you have the on-prem version, but I wanted to maybe like get a bit of a sense of the future for you. If you're what would be the next steps there at Mersy in regards of your own product placement and growth. What's next for you?
Well, well, in fact, it's I'm still on premise because that way I can manage all my interfaces with the other application. This
Hmm.
is one thing that I find pretty comfortable. The second thing is about the data security. I really have a good control about those questions, which is
Hmm.
quite important for my customers, even if they don't ask for that. But I really have a very secure plan. So I don't plan to move for the moment to the cloud. Maybe, but it will be in my roadmap. I will consider this maybe in 1 year from now.
Okay. Yep.
But it is not due to your interface. It's more due about the Qlik because they propose because you have to consider the two products at the same time if you move to the cloud.
Absolutely.
So it's more on there. The
Well,
user
yeah.
experience,
Yeah.
I have no problem, no issue with that.
That's a good point that you raised. Like migrating to the cloud, that's a big topic for most companies that use Qlik today. And we have a few customers already, Stefan, that have decided to go over to the cloud,
Mhm.
and we're in the process of, and that use NewHub and decided to go to the cloud, and we are just slowly transitioning them from an on-prem OEM to being a cloud-based OEM, so to speak, as well. So that's something that can be done and is being done with other accounts, right? There is a question from Guilherme. How long did it take to implement the first phase? Thanks, Guilherme. So the first phase, this was back in 2019, 2018, something like that. It took about a year to bring an MVP to the table. We'll go into a little bit of history here then, Guilherme. And that first MVP, it was a very simple version of what you see now today. Now this here is basically building an automatic web app based on a Qlik Sense QVF. That first version didn't have that. It only had the ability to solve a very specific pain that was the organizing of content, the Qlik Sense content with a system that wasn't not the regular streams of Qlik Sense, but groups. That in this case, Stefan can see groups even in French, so he can localize his own platform to the French language. It doesn't have to be in English or in Portuguese. We can have it in different languages, and then at the same time having a homepage that wasn't cluttered with unneeded or just the standard ClickSense hub has a homepage that doesn't really emphasize on content being more important than other, right? It doesn't prioritize visually or doesn't build a hierarchy. So those two things were implemented in the first phase. That took 1 year, and then from there we have been doing incremental releases with feedback from customers. So customers like Stefan, they dump information on us like, hey, I would like to see this, I like this, I don't like this, can we improve this? And then we take note of that, build a roadmap, sprints, plan it out, and do ongoing releases as the product evolves. And now we're applying that same philosophy to the SaaS version of NewHub, right? Which, by the way, is due to be released in August. as we had a beta already running, successful. So again, feedback came from clients that tested this out, and now we heard those that feedback, implemented changes, implemented development cycles, a few sprints on it, and now we're ready with a V1 of a new hub for commercial deployment.
There's a key,
Um,
there's a key point you could outline also about your this this new hub,
mhm,
this interface is that what was very interesting also is that if you manage large amount of applications, like I have many customers, and for each one of them I have different applications to develop depending on the scope of work. Uh,
mhm,
to manage that, you need kind of a directory, and then you have to organize all those applications to make it simple in throughout menus. And that's one of the real benefits of your interface is to organize all those views in a quick and easy way. I mean, when I implemented your interface, it just took me a day to organize my
to
things.
organize that's good. Yeah,
So
that's so it's pretty much a plug and play solution,
when
right? Yes. That's great. And not only you, Stefan, all of the clients have had that experience. That is quite easy to understand. You don't need to learn how to code and be an expert on web development to implement a OEM solution like this. It's just plug and play and go. There's another comment here from Plinio. Congratulations, we are already cluster customers. Hi, Plinio. Good to see you. And what I liked the most was the integration of Access that you did via the website. Yes, correct. So Mersy has the same thing, Plinio. The end customers access the Mersy website, and from there they log in and have a web analytics platform, right?
yeah,
So
but we have implemented our own authentication tool to make it happen.
yeah,
But yes, it is a classical web connection.
correct. There's another question here from the chat. How many clients do you have, Stefan? I don't know if you want to share that or not. That's a very intimate question, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I don't feel comfortable with that. I prefer to
okay.
focus on the user experience. But uh, the reason why I talk like that is because my customers are mainly coming from the what we call the CAC 40, which is very large companies. Our customers
Cap,
in general
okay, the
they are
top
more than
40 in France. Cap
yes,
Cara.
voilà.
Okay, right.
That's on the top
Uh-huh.
40 in France. That's my main business. And
Hmm.
currently, I would like to tackle a second segment, which is the companies between, let's say, 1,000 employee and up to 5,000 employees. So that's a second. My first segment is for large companies above 5,000 employees, and
Hmm.
you don't have large amount of customers, but they have many organizations.
Okay.
But I just can say that we have customers that are worldwide with large complexity in terms of users. Um, so voila, this is the way
Yeah.
I will talk. And we have
Uh-huh.
then it's the system works fine.
Yeah,
The
and
system works fine all the way.
pretty much it's scalable, right? Is what you're
Voila.
trying to say, that
Yeah.
you've been able to scale it with your client base, which are the biggest companies in France. That's your target value, right? Dalit Josefi is asking, hey, hi, where can you work and share sheets? Okay, I think this can go into here. Let's go into a little bit of a demo here. Let's go into this application. So this is Dalit. This is opening now the Qlik Sense application via the NewHub interface, which is basically rendering it as a web app, right? There is a self-service button here. this is only going to be available to the admin roles. And that means that then this is going to open the base Qlik Sense application. And then if you need to work on sheets, objects, reload data, update scripts, you will do it from here. So there's two ways to do that. You can go either from here inside of NewHub, or you can open the sheet directly from the hub and start working on sheets, right? NewHub then is only going to be displaying content that is already published, right? So anything that you're working on and has not been published, a sheet that's not been published yet, it won't be available to the end user here. It's just meant to be the sort of like the production stage, right? So where you actually deploy the sheet or the application over, right? Um, I think that's it. I think we're in time. 30 minutes, 31 minutes. Perfect. Stefan, closing remarks. Anything you would like to add?
No, that's fine. I think that's true. If we would dig into the sheets and show the possibilities, it would be a totally different webinar. I think I just
Yeah.
wanted to put emphasis here
Yeah.
about the user experience, and for me, it has been a key point to bring IT dashboard within my services, because I had this user experience, this revamping of kind of technical tools to make it accessible. And bon, that's a very good asset. That's a very, very good asset to deal with. No, I'm a happy customer. Voilà, that's it.
Excellent. I'm happy to hear that, and I hope we can we continue this partnership going forward. I don't consider you a client, by the way. I consider you a partner, because it's the amount of feedback that goes back and forth between us, and that's how we treat customers here. Is we want that communication to flow, and to flow well, so that making sure that what we're delivering is something that is valuable and remains valuable, right? Okay. With that, then I'll close the webinar. I want to thank everyone who's here and joined us. I believe we had about 20 people here today, so I want to thank you all for your time. I hope you found it interesting and worth 30 minutes of your time. If you want more information, reach out to us, to the team. I'll leave my email here, actually, for you guys if you're interested. Design.io. And yeah, see you next time. Thank you so much.